As you can see behind me, we're conducting our biggest ever driver test. Today we've invited along 15 different brands. Each manufacturer has been asked to custom fit 4 golfers of very different standards. You can read all about it in the April issue of Golf Monthly, where there will be comprehensive reviews of fitting processes as well as the drivers themselves. First of all, here's a look behind the scenes.
So after 8 driver fittings, must have hit over 200 balls today, feeling quite tired, but certainly feel we've learned a lot from the ultimate driver test today at Burr Hill. Some really exciting product coming in 2013, some really interesting new technology. It was fascinating to see the new Nike driver with a cavity back, see the new models from TaylorMade really pushing the boundaries in terms of the look there, and also very exciting new stuff coming from Ping, Cleveland as well. And it really is something I think for everybody, whatever budget you've got, whatever your playing ability, there's some fantastic drivers out there on the market that'll be available in 2013. So it really suit every price point from Dunlop at under £100, Ben Ross producing some great drivers just over £100, MD Golf around the £100 mark as well. So even if you're on a budget, you can still benefit from great technology. All the manufacturers seem to be using really top-end components. There's some really exciting golf shafts being used in the drivers. Some really top-end stuff that most cases at no extra cost. So say if you're in the market for a driver in 2013, there'll be a lot to choose from, some really exciting products. So make yourself maybe a day, go and test a lot of products, hit balls, see the numbers you get on TrackMan, and hopefully you find a driver that'll be right for your game.
Well, I've just been through 7 driver fittings in the space of the last I guess 6 hours or so. That's probably the most drivers I've hit in one session for a long time. It's been quite interesting because back in the old days I used to be the equipment editor, and it's interesting to see how things have moved on. I'm still using a driver pretty much from the time when I was equipment editor, R7 Super Quad, and there's definitely some food for thought for me today after today's fittings. A lot of drivers that I was able to hit consistently straight through tweaks with the shafts and where the fittings come into the shafts. Some of the newer technology that's come on since I was equipment editor just allows that real fine-tuning that made a big difference on certain of the models I tested today, and in fact made all the difference in a couple of them. There have been some surprise packages as well. It's interesting. Drivers here range from sort of £100 up to, I guess, 300. And one of the £100 brands that I tested performed surprisingly well, and it was my last fitting of the day as well. I think what's been interesting for me particularly is that I've always been told, or always felt I was a regular shaft player, and even as I've got older, you know, that you'd think that would become more so, but in fact several of the fittings today went more towards stiff shafts, which surprised me quite a bit, but the evidence was that I was hitting it straighter with a narrower dispersion with a shaft that I would typically have thought would have meant me hitting it left to right a bit more, perhaps a bit lower. So food for thought for my next driver purchase.